Welcome back, everyone, to episode 12 of the China series. So, in this episode, we're going to be concentrating on education, some research, and a little bit of infrastructure.
Our agents based in that territory, in coordination with our cyber analyst and network control services, are working to start a large conspiracy theory campaign in the country. You can now view the theories that we have in our summary sheet.
Okay, so what are we going to hit Ukraine with? Let's just do the drug trafficking. All right, happiness is declining.
Our network has obtained intelligence, data, and passwords on the principal platforms of the nation. We're finally ready to launch a cyber attack. We are
Okay, let's pull that guy
It's
out of the
begun.
US.
Social media will be flooded with our fake.
Okay, so let's readjust our Secret Service. Let's move our guy to Taiwan. Let's take a look at our networks here. So we're going to pull out of Ukraine. And we're going to put more in Taiwan. All right. Okay, so we're going to try to build our first Hyperloop. First, we want to make sure is between two large cities. So it looks like Kunming and Guyang. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. We're going to do a Hyperloop between those two cities. So that should... Okay, so we already have a $2 trillion treasury reserve, so we don't need to borrow any more money from other countries to do this project. So it's going to cost us about $33 billion. And it's going to be 727... No. Okay, 727 miles. So that should help with tourism. So now let's go to education. And we're going to do 2 stars for medical training. And start off with higher education. We're going to do 100 schools. Secondary education. Do 100. For primary, we're going to do 200. Secondary, we're going to go with 100.
The decree takes effect as of today. The decree takes effect as of today. Our governmental cell informs me that it has had the opportunity to approach this potential informer. According to my calculations, using transactional analysis, Chicago score naturally, the team has at most a 63.8% chance of making a strategic gain in its position by focusing on this target and only on this target.
Okay, so let's go and all right. So let's look at super high speed internet, and I'm going to get Beijing up to 100%, and then we'll start to work around the areas surrounding Beijing.
The decree takes effect as of today.
All right, let's go to research and let's see if we max that out. So let's spend about 11.5 billion. Medicine and genetics. I'm gonna hire some more researchers.
The decree takes effect as of today. The decree takes effect as of today.
Okay, so fragrant fabric. Yeah, we'll go ahead and patent that. Let's see. Attempt to eliminate South Korea's head of state. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to be a bit opportunistic and going to use this wildfire in Australia to try to increase relations with them. So let's get this up to 30 million and see what happens from there.
Our governmental cell informs me that it has had the opportunity to approach this potential informer. According to my calculations, using
Go ahead and do that. So let's take a quick look at our cybersecurity. Alright, so that's been bumped up, I believe, to gold. I don't remember how much time is left on that. But, let's see. Can I at least increase the employees? So, I'm going to go from 22,000 to 30,000. And fight against terrorism. Or political espionage. Let's go with political espionage. That's only 5.8 billion. Alright, so now let's go to research again. Let's go with multidisciplinary centers that employs 2,000 researchers each. So let's go with 3 of those. Let's check on crime. Alright, so that's steadily going down. I was going to build start building the military base in the Solomon Islands. I think I'm gonna hold off with that. And let's give aid to Papua New Guinea. Let's give them 1 billion. Same for the Philippines, 1 billion. Alright, so let's bump this up to bump it up to about 60 million. Alright, so that did it. Let's see if we could do a free trade with Australia. And let's meet with their leader. As this is all going to coincide with our ideology with dealing with the Pacific. Alright, we're not going to take out Japan's leader.
Our network has obtained intelligence, data, and passwords on the principal platforms of the nation. We're finally ready to launch a cyber attack. We are now waiting for the green light.
Now, let's go back to education. So we're going to do the foreign exchange program with Australia. See about all right, so let's do the Philippines. Actually, let's do Papua New Guinea too. Philippines and trying to think, did we do that for the Solomon Islands? Yes, we did. So let's meet with the Solomon Islands. Do a few contracts with them. Okay, so that's been accepted. Okay, that's been accepted. And let's see about Vietnam. So let's start off with 300 million. And try for foreign exchange program with them too, and they accept it. So all of this is gonna, like I said, this is gonna help us with controlling the Pacific. So if we have any issues with Japan or South Korea, then we don't have to worry so much about the US because we're gonna have military bases, or at least I'm gonna try to have military bases in some of these countries. I think the biggest challenge is going to be Australia. So what do we have here? Okay, so we just have to boost our relations with Australia. Okay, so Japan is looking to start a nuclear weapons program. That's not as disturbing as Taiwan trying to start one, and we're definitely not going to go for that.
Our great director won the prize for Best Foreign Film. It is an important day for our national cinema and our cultural policy. And this so much more as he has always supported your policy.
So let's meet with Papua New Guinea.
I'd be happy to.
Alright, so let's see about a non-aggression pact. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so they accepted. See if we can get some rights to go into their territory. Alright, so that worked. So let's see what we can sell them. Let's try automotive. Yeah, well, that still brings us in something, so we'll sell that. I don't want to really do any real big contracts. So that was about 8 billion. Let's just go ahead.
I hope you didn't make me... Sure.
We'll end that meeting. So North Korea wants to meet with us. Now let's take a look at healthcare. So we can spend about 23 billion on these right there.
Huh. That's not to be turned down. Thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna look to try to sell oranges and potatoes to them. Actually, let's take a look at fuel. Okay, so we have a $12 million contract with them for fuel. And now let's go to oranges. And let's try potatoes. Okay, so they actually purchase higher. So okay, so we're gonna end this meeting.
Very kind. Sure.
Our great director won the prize for Best Foreign Film. It is an important day for our national cinema and our cultural policy.
So let's take a quick look at the U.S. and the national debt is 14. Is there inflation at 4.64? All right, so let's see what we can do to disrupt the U.S. more. So look at aluminum production. So the U.S. uses the most aluminum. So we're going to sanction them with aluminum imports. Because we're looking to weaken US more. Let's look at copper also. Oh, so Chile, let's see. So what I could do is I could put sanctions on Chile and block them from exporting and block the US from importing copper. Let's see, what's our relation with Chile? It's not the greatest. Let's see. No, we don't really have much of a reason to take their prime minister out. So we're going to refuse. Unless they give us a reason to really do so, we're not going to go that route. So Kharkiv is totally destroyed. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. So how's Russia's economy doing afterwards? Alright, so their deficit is actually pretty low. Growth at about a little over 3%. Unemployment at 4%. So not bad at all. Especially after a war. So alright, so what's going on with Syria? Oh my gosh. So inflation's almost pretty close to 30%. Deficit is at 34, so they're not doing well at all. And actually, let's try to take advantage of this and let's meet with Syria and see if we can build homes or roads for them. All right, so let's be the opportunist again, and let's help the Philippines out. Let's shoot for about 50 million. Let's see here. So we still need to increase our military. Alright, so our missiles are almost at not gonna do that much. Let's go for 70. That's about 24 billion.
Our agent number 1 succeeded in infiltrating the staff. Imponderables accepted, we are therefore able to release a Type E net informational profit. I mean, huge. Ahem. In concrete terms, our extraordinary number 1 is in a situation to obtain any valuable information of tactical interest. Needless to say, the geopolitical advantage clearly surpasses the ratio of 138 to 1.
Alright, so that actually helped.
I'd be happy to.
So let's see if we can get them as an ally. At least maritime. Okay. And alright, so let's do a sales contract. And try to sell apples. Okay, so we have that. And let's try the chemical industry. Go back to an alliance and see if we can get, okay, so we got that. All right, so we have permission to build a military base in the Philippines. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to push my luck here. Alright, so that's a success because it'll, like I said, this is going to give us more control over the region. Looks like I forgot about Malaysia. So let's go to that. Oh, already arranged it with them already, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's meet with North Korea.
I'd be happy to. That's what we call entertaining.
We don't have strong relations with them. Um, Even the non-aggression isn't going to go through. So apples, can we sell that to them? What's the price? We're going to refuse that one. We don't produce enough, so even selling that to them is gonna boost inflation. Cereals, they produce enough. We don't have enough for ourselves, so that's not going to be good. And we don't produce enough copper either. Paper, that's what we can sell them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end that meeting.
Our governmental cell informs me that it has had the opportunity to approach this potential informer. According to my calculations, using transactional analysis, Chicago score naturally, the team has at most a 63.8% chance of making a strategic gain in its position by focusing on this target and only on this target. Do you want us to try the approach?
Yeah, we could try that. Let's take a quick look at growth at almost 6%. Of course, inflation started to go up some, so we're free stat. Quick look at the paper. Alright, I think I'm going to end this episode, so Please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please feel free to add comments on what you think of this video. And I will see you soon.